Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am bringing you another case for Vegeta. But this time, similar to how we did to Piccolo, we are going to be analyzing the most important scene out of all TV history. This scene, it is so badass, but it's also so important, so psychological, and it changed the whole narrative of the show. And this is the scene where Vegeta annihilates people in the tournament. And this is the scene where Vegeta starts roasting Goku and gives this huge speech to him about why he decided to accept the powers of Majin and decided to embrace evil. And at first, you might think that, oh, this is actually a physical confrontation. But no, guys, we're going to analyze line by line. And this is actually a deeper than a physical battle. This is a philosophical battle that hits very, very deep. So we're going to analyze, you and I together, line by line of this. And we're going to make the case for why Vegeta was right. And actually, we're going to analyze why Goku understand him, why Gohan understood him, and why Supreme Kai also understood him. So buckle up and let's listen.
You'll fight with me, Kakarot. Unless, of course, you'd like more bodies to pile up on your conscience.
So guys, first off, he says, you'll fight with me, Kakarot, unless, of course, you'd like more bodies to pile up on your conscience. And why? And what is Vegeta doing here? Vegeta is strategic here. He leverages Goku's greatest weakness. And this is his compassion to ensure compliance. So he does that by threatening innocent lives. And he knows that Goku is going to get hit deep there. And this is the ultimatum that Vegeta chooses to give Goku because he said, enough of this. I'm done. I'm done with all of the pushing back. I'm done. Androids, Frieza, Cell, I'm done with this. We're going to fight right here and right now, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to make sure that you have no choice but to accept this. And though his actions are morally ambiguous, this clearly illustrates the length he's prepared to go to reclaim his dignity and purpose. Because now he is making sure that Goku cannot ignore Vegeta's demand for restitution and for resolution. And this sets up the stage for phase number 1, which is denial. Let's continue.
Vegeta.
So here, even though it is just one word, Goku says Vegeta, and he appears very, very shocked. And this is something that it's easy to dismiss, but this highlights the effectiveness of Vegeta's drastic measures, because Vegeta has forced Goku out of complacency. He has forced him to finally deal with it. He is now acknowledging what Vegeta is threatening him to do. But where is the denial? The denial is, he says Vegeta because he thinks this is the old Vegeta, where he's more of the puppet Vegeta, where he says, listen, you're not gonna do this. Vegeta, you're not going to do this. You're going to be forced to take the sensu bean. You're going to be forced to fight Cell. You're going to be forced to fight the android. Vegeta says, no more. No more. He's going to prove us why this is Goku in his denial, and why Vegeta says, I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm confronting your simplistic view of good and evil. Now, we're going to do things my way. And now, this is going to reveal why Vegeta has now a different perspective on power and pride and rivalry. And this denial that Goku is going through will set the stage for a deeper philosophical conflict between Majin Vegeta and between Goku. It is more than just a physical battle. Look what Vegeta does next.
Certainly you didn't. How sad. I didn't think you were weak enough to be controlled.
Look at this, guys. How sad. I didn't think you were weak enough to be controlled. This is phase number 2. This is where there's a vagrant misunderstanding from Goku's part. He doesn't understand Vegeta's true motivation. He thinks this is not Vegeta. He thinks this is old Vegeta. He thinks, nah, this is the Vegeta that fought Cell. This is the Vegeta that listened to me. This is the Vegeta I saved against Frieza. And he thinks that Vegeta is weak now. He thinks this is Babdi's manipulation. But this is where he completely misunderstands him. Vegeta has made this decision on his own. Whether the path is dark or correct, he decided this on his own. And he's finally asserting his own strength and autonomy back to himself after it was taken away by Goku. And here Goku suffers from an oversimplified understanding of the moral character of Vegeta. And Goku cannot fully grasp yet Vegeta's nuanced perspective, because he's seen Vegeta before. He's seen Vegeta as evil and he's seen Vegeta as good. But he hasn't seen Vegeta with the profound sense of humiliation and the loss of his identity. And he doesn't understand why he wants to do this. This is the misunderstanding.
Answer me, Vegeta! Do you let yourself be a slave?
So this is very important, guys. This is where it's starting to make sense for Goku. This is the moment where Goku has a flash. He snapped back to reality. Vegeta has finally decided that he's gonna break free from the values of compassion and the norms that were forced upon him by Goku and by Earth and even by his family. And he is finally showing that he's willing to go to great lengths to show that he is in control of his own morality and he is in control of his identity. He wants to go back to his old Saiyan identity. While, yes, guys, I said it again, it is horrific, but this is the act of self-liberation which every human needs. It's like the example I have is for when a child decides to say, oh, I'm gonna run away because no one's gonna control me anymore. They can't do that because they're a child. But this is the same psychology. Vegeta finally does his act to show, I'm free now. I'm free from your constraints. I'm free from Goku's shadow. And he does it on purpose to escalate to such a high level of seriousness that Goku cannot doubt that anymore. He cannot misunderstand it. There's no misunderstanding here. Even though Goku cannot fully grasp it yet, he shows that this is more personal than it is. And it emphasizes the need for the confrontation between him and Goku. And this is why he thinks this is Babdi's control, because Babdi wanted Vegeta to do this. Babdi wanted Vegeta to do and take damage so Buu can be revived. But this is a different type of damage that he did. The type of damage Babdi wanted with him was him destroying the Supreme Kai. But no, he said, I'm not listening to you, Babdi. I'm destroying these bystanders, which is a direct attack on Goku. Let's continue.
Tell me, is it slavery when you get what you want?
Tell me, is it slavery when you get what you want? And here, guys, Vegeta directly challenges Goku's misunderstanding in his assumption, because he thinks he's a slave to Babdi. But no, he's not being controlled externally. He only used Babdi for his powers. And Vegeta here does something very, very smart. He shows a paradoxical form of freedom. By accepting to be controlled, he's actually liberating himself from the societal and the earthly expectations that were put upon him. He has these moral restrictions that limited his potential, that were forced upon him by Goku. And this dismantles the simple morality that Goku imposed on him, and it shows why Vegeta has actually regained his autonomy while being controlled. He chose his own path. the paradox is he chose to be controlled. So you would think, nah, he's controlled. No, he chose to be controlled. So he actually chose his own path. And this is the path he chose to be aligned with darkness.
Stop it! You don't know what you're doing! Stand aside!
And guys, this is very important. I want to highlight how Vegeta blasted the audience, but he could have blasted Gohan. Vegeta at this point is stronger than Gohan. He was stronger than Gohan before Majin. Now imagine how much stronger he is now. And he chose not to kill him because there's still respect for Gohan. Vegeta always respected Gohan. You can see it in the Frieza saga when he said the boy here is just getting stronger and stronger and he doesn't even know it. When he was talking to Frieza, the first form. Here he just told him to stand aside because it doesn't concern him. Another example would be how Buu, when he was Super Buu, decided to attack Hercules, but instead of killing him, he just threatened him and left. It's the same thing here. There's an ounce of respect that he still has for Gohan and for Goku because he knows his strength. He went through tribulations with Gohan and he still respects Goku. This is not about killing, guys. This is where he challenges the simple worldview of good and evil. This is not about, oh, I'm going to be evil and kill people. This is about there's some debts that need to be paid. There's restitution and resolution here that cannot be pushed aside anymore. And Gohan is not part of it. So I'm not going to hurt him. It's just between you and I, Goku. Very important. He could have blasted Gohan, but he didn't.
This does not concern you!
Guys, this is where we're starting to go out of phase 2. And how I said that for Vegeta, he needed to do an action to show that he's free. Goku did the same thing here. By transforming to Super Saiyan, he showed that he's out of the misunderstanding. He finally is starting to see Vegeta's point. He's finally starting to understand. Hence why the transformation to Super Saiyan. Goku knows that there's a bigger battle ahead. He's not dumb. You know, we joke around about how Goku makes mistakes when he fights and gives people senzu beans. Yes, but he's not dumb. He knows there's a bigger fight at hand here. And he transforms to Super Saiyan, saying as a sign to Vegeta, hence why Vegeta smiles. He says, I understand. I finally understand. And we're probably going to have to do this now.
Tell me, Vegeta. With that stamp on your head, I know Babidi's been giving you orders. Is this one of them? Are you trying to fight me because of him? Or is this the same old story between you and me? Which one?
So guys, there's actually two things here. Goku keeps accusing Vegeta here of, is it really you? Or is it Babidi? And Goku fails to see beyond good and evil. Vegeta here is you might say I'm looking too much into it, but Vegeta here is not answering. Look at him. He's just smiling. He has finally started to blur the line between good and evil because this is not about killing. This is about a fight between him and Goku. Vegeta already answered through his actions. He destroyed the people in the crowd. And here the narrative is that as Vegeta is forcing Goku to confront deeper moral complexities. And this is making Gohan and Supreme Kai consider whether freedom and power can indeed be more significant than the destruction of those people. And they will show us that they actually are starting to understand this by their actions.
Not to you, Gohan, but to a warrior it matters greatly. And you know this as well as I do, Kakarot. In a day, you'll be back to the dead, and I will not miss this opportunity.
And here, this is where Vegeta still has respect for Gohan because of his Saiyan heritage and because of the power of the half-breed Saiyans. But he emphasizes that there's a critical cultural and personal distinction between the sedentary lifestyle and the peaceful life and the life of a student that Gohan has been seeing, compared to the one of a Saiyan who values pride, strength, and control. This isn't just a squabble, how a normal human would see it, but this is a moment of destiny. And Gohan, he embodies just this simple existence. He cannot understand this because Gohan was never a fighter. Gohan didn't like to fight. Gohan, although he's the prophecy, he's the child, the strongest in the universe, he never wanted this and he never acted upon them. So Vegeta here insists that the dignity and his self-worth is one of a warrior path, not one of a mere human. This isn't about violence, which Gohan thinks it is. This is about identity, legacy, and purpose. And he labeled this as an opportunity. He doesn't label this as a fight. He labeled this as an opportunity. And this emphasizes how rare and vital this confrontation is. And this is his way to finally reclaim his status as the prince and to finally reclaim his status of the most honored fighter.
Who are you people? Don't you see the universe matters more than your meaningless squabble?
This is where the video can be stopped here and the case is closed. Supreme Kai just proved to me, to you guys, to Vegeta, to Goku, to Gohan, to everyone why Vegeta is right. Supreme Kai is a god, knows everything, and this is his cosmic viewpoint. And what does he do? He completely dismisses Vegeta's personal struggle. Vegeta's the second strongest character in here right now, and he dismisses his struggle as insignificant compared to the one that the universe is at stakes. But Vegeta correctly rejects this perspective because he's proven right here. He has shown that the world has been conspiring against him, and his thoughts are proven correct here. He has shown that I'm not just crazy. Look, there's even this God here who dismisses what I'm going through. How much more can I show you? How much more can I go through to finally, for you guys to accept that, hey, this has to be addressed now. This is deeply trivial. It isn't personal. It is deeply personal, and this is symbolic. It's my loss of identity, my autonomy, and and it's about my pride, and it's something that cosmic beings must understand. And this is something we can actually see that we finally understood in Super. This is why he asks him to be the god of destruction, because Vegeta had the balls to confront the Supreme Kai. And here he reminds everyone that the personal existential crisis often will outweigh good and evil, and will blur the line and make it more abstract, and will blur universal and impersonal ethics that are imposed on us and on him.
Spend most of your life ruled by another. Watch your race dwindle to a handful. And then tell me what has more meaning than your own strength. I have in me the blood of a Saiyan prince. He is...
So we're going to stop here. Vegeta finally lets it known. He finally articulates his pain, his trauma, his lifelong humiliation based on genocide, based on the fact that his family was destroyed, based on the fact that he endured slavery, and based on the fact that he has a drive for power. And this is all based upon his past experiences. This is not made up. And he finally is expressing these emotions to the world, and he's finally showing the world that to him, strength symbolizes freedom, survival, and a reclamation of dignity that was stolen by Goku. This was also shown to us by Jiren, why strength for him was the most important thing. He was eventually proven wrong, but Jiren made a very similar point to Majin Vegeta. And here he has said that those who haven't suffered these existential crises, those who haven't went through genocide, those who haven't went through slavery, cannot truly comprehend or judge what meaningless is. Even to a God who has seen all of this happen, even him doesn't completely understand what happens. And here his rage isn't just petulant, it is completely justified. And Supreme Kai and Gohan will finally realize that it is actually justified. And this righteous indignation is arising from genuine trauma and loss.
Nothing but a joke! Yet I've had to watch him surpass me in strength, my destiny thrown to the wayside! He's even saved my life as if I were a helpless child! He has stolen my honor! And his debts must be paid!
His debts must be paid, guys. And this climax encapsulates Vegeta's emotional core and his cultural pride, which only Goku can understand and Gohan can slightly understand. Vegeta was royalty. Vegeta was destined for greatness. Yet repeatedly, he was overshadowed, saved, humiliated by Goku, who's just a low-class warrior. And the fact that he was saved by Goku was not kindness. Goku knows this. Vegeta knows this. Goku's a full breed Saiyan. He knows what pride and power is. And he knows that the fact that he had to save him, knowing that Vegeta is the prince, must hit deep. And the debt that Vegeta references about isn't just about the victories, isn't just about being saved by Goku. It's about honor and his rightful legacy. And his claim to the throne is fully justified because Vegeta's honor was stolen. And Vegeta's warrior code is fundamental. He's a prince. It's not an optional virtue. And all of this was stolen away by Goku, who has beat him, saved him, and humiliated him. So guys, I want you to pay a very close attention to what just happened. This is very, very important. Very, very crucial. Both Supreme Kai and Gohan said nothing, but also said everything at the same time. What did they do? They both turned to Goku and looked and said, they directed their attention towards Goku, waiting for his response or an agreement or anything. And the reasoning was, they say, dude, Vegeta just revealed something deep, true about his pride and honor, and us as fighters are finally starting to understand what he's saying. And you, Goku, of all people, should understand him. You're a full-grown Saiyan who has fought him, fought alongside him, and fought with him. So they turned to Goku for moral guidance because Vegeta, what did Vegeta successfully do? Vegeta blurred the line between traditional good and evil, placing Goku in a position where he either has to confirm or deny this moral complexity. And this is very important because Goku's status as the moral center of the story makes their reaction much more powerful. Vegeta's speech forces even the good character who didn't understand, who refused this altercation, to reconsider their own views. You can see here, guys, Goku understands. Goku agrees with Vegeta. Why? There's so many reasons why. Guys, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Sometimes you don't need to say anything to understand what's happening or to show emotions. Guys, Goku is a Saiyan just like Vegeta. He recognizes Vegeta's drive. It's plain and simple. He has Saiyan blood pulsing through his veins, and Goku understands where Vegeta is coming from. He finally made it known. He finally made it known to the world why he's doing this. And he understands Vegeta, his frustration inside of him that he was overshadowed and limited by him and all the external circumstances. He was never acknowledged. He kept on being pushed around. Not now, not now, not now. And finally, Goku, yes, he loves Earth. Yes, he grew up on Earth, but he has those Saiyan blood. It is nature versus nurture. And Goku is showing empathy through his expression. The subtle softening of Goku's facial expressions. You see here, he's not as upset now. Is kind of showing genuine empathy, guys. He recognizing there is some truth in Vegeta's speech. There is some truth into why he's acting like this. And there is some truth to his pain and his loss. He understands how his Saiyan race, which is Goku's own people, can make him lose his own identity. Him being saved by a low-class warrior understands how it can make him lose his pride and how this can push a Saiyan to extreme actions. So, Goku acknowledges Vegeta's sacrifices and suffering. He knows this is his own people, guys, and his pride and his honor have been taken away. And even to him, this means a lot. Though he was raised on Earth, guys, I can't say it any more clearer than this. He finally comes to understand that the weight of pride for a Saiyan is what represents Vegeta. So, lastly, Goku expresses respect and understanding because finally, like I said, he's expressing honesty and integrity. Vegeta is finally brutally honest about why he chose Babidi's power. This is the last phase where Goku understands. Denial, misunderstanding, understanding. Goku completely deny the fact that Vegeta wanted to be Majin. He didn't understand why. And now that Vegeta is honest and chose to go with integrity, he understands him. He understands why he decided to embrace the dark power of Babidi. And he finally understands why, how can this contrast with his idealistic worldview. And Goku's thoughtful reaction shows respect for Vegeta's courage and finally admitting that it must have taken a lot to accept help from someone. And the motives must be really deep and big. So rather than hiding behind morality, we're going to have to face this head on. You and I understand you. You are correct. We have to do this. And I cannot push this any longer. So, guys, why Vegeta was right. In the beginning, Supreme Kai, Gohan, Goku, everyone did not understand why he was doing this. Did not understand why he accepted Babidi. Did not understand why he killed them. They thought he was just the same old puppet who followed Goku around and did what he did. But no, Vegeta's intense speech and this emotional catharsis is a profound revelation of truth, pride, honor, and the genocide and the slavery that Vegeta went through. And this completely reshaped the whole moral landscape of Dragon Ball, because this is something that Jiren also expressed on Dragon Ball Super. He said, friends, family, all of this did not help me. Only my strength allowed me to come out of the hole that I am. And this is the only thing that will save my own universe. And Supreme Kai and Gohan instinctively look towards Goku, who's the moral compass of the world. And they silently acknowledge that Vegeta is honest. And you know what they tell themselves? They say, you know what? He's right. He's right, Goku, you know. And deep down, you also understand why he's right. And it's very subtle, but Goku unmistakably shows his empathy, his understanding, and why Vegeta he's right. He finally confirms the truth. He finally acknowledges and is empathetic towards him. He says, yes, I know there's bigger stakes at hand, but I have to fight you now. And he recognizes Vegeta's genuine suffering, and he respects the honest integrity of him, and he understands as him being a Saiyan, that there is some pride in being a Saiyan. I grew up on Earth, but I have Saiyan blood going through my veins, and all my people also died. All my people were enslaved. And on top of that, me, who I'm supposed to be your brother in Saiyan blood, I humiliate you, I save you, and I make fun of you. Goku finally sees Vegeta not as a mere villain, but as a reflection of Goku's internal struggle. And he finally acknowledges that Vegeta's fight is not illegitimate. It is profoundly justified. And ultimately, Vegeta's stance holds undeniable and moral and emotional weight that we all can take a lesson from, because this is powerful enough to force even Goku, the ultimate kind warrior, the ultimate gentle spirit, and the moral compass of Dragon Ball, to silently concede its truth.